Recorded Books presents All the Water I've Seen is Running by Elias Rodriques, narrated by Landon Woodson. Waters. Back then, we body surfed until salt water rushed into our sinuses and pushed liquid mucus out our noses. When we tired of trying to catch the tide, we waded out, stopping to dive under incoming waves. Above us, the rushing water sounded like wind heard from within a plane landing. We surfaced and continued out to where we could not touch. We treaded and bobbed in the tide and congregated on sandbars. When that exhausted us, we swam back to shore and baked in the sun until the day turned to a haze of half-sleep. We lived for water, salt, fresh, and brackish. We waited out school days for the weekends, and school years for the summers to return to it. We stood on our river's mud shores and cast lines, hoping to catch something big, only ever reeling in catfish. We wriggled our hands into their mouths, unhooked their slimy insides, and tossed them back into our brackish river. After sweat and spray coated our faces, we kicked off our flip-flops and swam in murky waters. When the sun stole our shade, we moved on to the next shore, or pier, or dock, or dinghy. We were all waiting for life after high school, after our no-name town in North Florida, so we figured we'd wait by the water. On the best nights, we saw the glint of moonlight rippling on a current. I spent many evenings with the girl I loved in high school, Aubrey, trying to touch the moon's reflection, our hands plunging through cold waters as if digging in the sky. I liked to stand in the glow and pretend we were characters in some fantasy book carrying out a ritual, my hair standing on end as the magic took hold. But I think it was just the feel of Aubrey's eyes on me. A black boy on the wrong side of skinny who never thought anyone would want him, least of all her. The longest night we spent on the biggest river that runs through Palm Coast, the Intracoastal, was when I was 17 and Aubrey was 18. We made plans at lunch. She was waiting at our table, and I hoped to rush through the free lunch line at school, but it was longer than normal. The growing number of middle-class kids in line, all of whose parents worked in real estate or landscaping, suggested something was changing. But I wouldn't learn what until the 2008 housing crash gave my county the highest unemployment rate in the state that had the highest in the nation. By the time I retrieved my lukewarm burger and French fries and joined Aubrey, a dark-haired white girl standing to about 5'6", lunch was almost over. After we shot the breeze, I asked what her weekend plans were. She said she didn't have any. I said we didn't have a track meet tomorrow, Saturday. She said we were going fishing that evening. Lost in daydreams about the night to come during my classes and at practice, the day passed by in a blur. On the school bus home, Des asked if I wanted to kick it. I said I was hanging with Aubrey. He extended his hand, dapped me up, and didn't say anything else. When I got home, I told Mom I was spending the night at my friend Twig's house. An hour later, she dropped me off and, after she left, I drove Twig's car to Aubrey's house. In her neighborhood, every street name started with a B. Bird of Paradise Drive, Buffalo Bill Place, Brushwood Lane. So everyone called it the B section. The houses there were bigger, and the lawns better kept than in my part of town. But Aubrey's driveway seemed poorly paved for the neighborhood. I knocked on her window, and she came out. Her hair was up in a ponytail, and her teal Abercrombie shirt was just short enough that it exposed the sea bass tattoo on her waist. I tried not to stare, but I kept glancing at the curve her hip bone drew. "You could have rang," she said. "It's late." I didn't ring because I was worried Aubrey's sister would answer. A few weeks earlier, I stood behind her sister in line at Walmart. She was buying alcohol. When she reached the front, the white
Sample complete. Ready to continue?